Hello, welcome to Collab.Land, the network of communities with skin in the game. Thank you for joining us. Community is our superpower. By uniting groups around common purposes, we're able to go far together. We're launching an app marketplace to enable development that extends our core software. And we're excited to show how everyone benefits from that collaboration. Decentralization is one of our core values, and today we open the gates of community stewardship to you. If you choose to join us, together we will govern as the Collab.Land Co-op. We will vote on future requests, govern bounties, curate the marketplace, and more. In the marketplace, developers will publish their own integrations with core Collab.Land software. Put Miniapps exactly where they're wanted, in front of the communities that will benefit from them. Admins will customize their communities by installing Miniapps from the marketplace. Community members and admins together curate the offerings in the marketplace by reviewing Miniapps and surfacing high-quality ones. We all protect the Collab.Land network by building and curating the marketplace. Check your eligibility on the claim page, and welcome to the network of communities with skin in the game. Hello.
I love that every time. I love it. Now, I know what y'all are thinking. I know what you're thinking. You're like, wait, nerd, we saw that like 2 months ago. What the heck are you doing? What are you doing to us, right? Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing, you guys. This is the culmination. This event right here, we are practicing that process. We're seeing some of these mini apps about to go live, and we get to talk about it. It's freaking awesome. Welcome to Mini App Madness Season 0, the demo day. Woo! Welcome. Just a couple of points to note before we get started with our demos today. We have some special rules for today. These rules were set ahead of time, guys. And this is just to make sure that we're all on the same page here, okay? I'm dropping these in the chat as well. But number one, no price talk. No price talk here, okay? We have our second rule. Be present here. Be present, guys. Y'all are here. Y'all are listening. Want to make sure you're here. Want to make sure we're able to give feedback to everybody and help everybody make this the best process that it can be. Don't stay silent. Share your ideas and your questions. And finally, our fourth one here. You're going to introduce yourself only using your name or your handle, whichever you prefer, and the member type that you most identify with. Do you identify as a DAO member, a community admin, or a builder? What do you identify as? Me, I Speak Nerd, and I'd say I'm a DAO member. I'd say I'm a DAO member. Number one right there. We do have an event POAP that will be distributed by the end of this call, guys. We do have a POAP for y'all. And we do have the polls for our DAO members to vote for our Miniapp approvals already live. What? They're already live. They're going to be running in that channel there that I just linked. But don't just vote right now. Don't vote yet. Want to make sure you get to see these things first, okay? But they'll be there. It's already live. You're going to be voting. It's going to be up for a week. All right. Whew, got that stuff out of the way. Okay. On the stage with us, y'all, we got Anjali, and James Young here with us. In keeping with our event rules, you two, what kind of collab members are you?
All right, I will start. Thank you for the correction of my pronunciation, nerd. That means a lot. All right, I would describe myself, so DAO member, community member, or community admin or builder. Well, I'm not a community admin. I would call myself a community member if I'm allowed to skate by with my own qualification here. Also DAO member, also a builder, but I would say community member first. I mostly identify as being a part of the community.
Admin or DAO member.
I know, I see that, but I'm a community member.
Okay.
So
Got to pick one, Anjali. Got to pick one.
Oh, good grief. All right, I'll go with DAO member, since DAO member also is a community member as well. How about you?
Perfect.
Yeah, James Young here. I would say DAO member.
Over builder?
Yeah, builder. I'd say all three.
Oh, you can't. You got to pick one. So
Pick one. I would say DAO member.
All right. Awesome. So yeah,
So-
like I said earlier, this this demo day here is kind of the culmination of the work the Collab.Land community who's built these mini apps, and now they get to curate these offerings in the marketplace. Anjali, James, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, happy to. You know, when we came down to how we want to grow with Collabland, a lot of it was how do we include the communities themselves? Like that was really just a core part of it. Number one, to be in crypto, to be a part of this movement, Web3 movement, you have to have a token. The whole idea is to distribute the ups and downs with our communities, the people that are participating in our network and growing our network together. You know, we're not, I've said this a bunch of times, we're not in the ivory tower just deciding what everybody does. This is a culmination of interactions with the community. Our product, Collabland, has been built with community input from day one. And so how do we distribute the responsibility of the community network and the benefits and the growth of the community network with everybody? And so this marketplace is really that.
Yeah, I can talk for hours on this. I'm going to try and keep this to like 2 minutes. Where do I start? Well, I first got introduced to like platforms or marketplaces as a developer. This is now coming on like, I've been developing for almost 30 years, but like as a developer on the Facebook platform about 15 years ago, I launched a game called Farmville. And that really was very eye-opening for me. And as you know, we see that there was these different marketplaces or these different API integrations. You know, it's quite common nowadays. I mean, it's kind of built in with like a bot system on Discord, and that's what Collab.Land, the bot, is really. It's just like an app on Discord, and with all these dynamics, and you know, with the Apple App Store, I was thinking, well, how do we make this more egalitarian, right? Like, how do we make sure we fulfill the promise of decentralization and composability? And really, the only way I can see how we do that is through these mini apps. And now I think we have this possibility as we launch this mini app marketplace. We want to make sure that value accrues to all the token holders. And this is where we can, you know, we're on this road of decentralization. And not only that, but have this extra layer of composability. So when you look at Facebook or Apple or any of these marketplaces, value accrues to the platform. And really, there's no incentive for the apps to collaborate together. But if we're building out these like community composable Legos, what we want to do is make sure that these mini apps could also build on top of each other. And I think that's really the next innovation once we get enough mini apps here. So you can imagine, you know, these mini app providers being able to work together to create another mini app. And that's really where I think we're going to take off in terms of composability and this mini app marketplace. But we're going to take a step at a time. So this
I love it.
definitely
I
a
love it.
culmination. And so I'll just stop there. I don't know if that's too open-ended, but I think if I continue talking, I'll take up the whole hour.
Well, we're here, we're showing the Miniapps, this season 0, showing them to our community, to our admins. And this is the first of many of these demo days that we'll be having moving forward.
Yeah, and for these Miniapp third-party developers, you know, we want to open up the Collab.Land as a distribution channel for them, right?
Yep.
And
I love it. Thank you both for that insight into the process. Really appreciate it.
Sorry,
We just want to, no, it's all good. I just want to make sure we're getting people, making the best use of all the time we have here, everybody. Let's jump into our demos, y'all. Let's jump into our demos. First up, we've got Luisa with SparkAI, which is an AI-fed customizable question response bot. And I'll give the floor over to her, let her introduce herself. Luisa, can you unmute?
Yes. Hi. Hi.
Perfect. Are you do you identify as a builder, community admin, or a DAO member mostly?
Mostly a builder, I think.
Awesome, awesome. Just to keep everybody on track for time-wise, I want to make sure each of our 3 projects has the full 15 minutes to show their stuff. So I will notify in the chat, and when 10 minutes has elapsed, I'll be keeping a timer. So I'll just post, like, hey, 5 minutes left in the chat after 10 minutes, and then I'll do an alarm emoji and a mention similar to how I did for James just there after another 5 minutes, so at 15 minutes total. But otherwise, you have 15 minutes, Luisa. Take it away.
Cool, awesome. So thank you for everybody being here. Before we start the demo for SparkAI, I want to kind of like talk about why we decided to do this thing. So SparkAI is actually part of Community One. We like to say that we use AI to help projects build genuine monetizable communities. So it's both actually for Web2 and Web3 companies. One of the things that we notice is people don't usually read white papers, especially for really large project. As you grow and there's a lot more complexity in it, few people reads the white paper. And what happens is if a member do not do research about your projects, chances of him just voluntarily go to general chat and talk is very low. In fact, like we have the data to show that it's about like 20% if you have a full team, like full moderator and community management team, right? So usually it's about 5 to 10%. So this means that in the best case scenario, for every 5 new users you got on Discord, only one of them will be chatting. And the lurking rate is about like 50%. So people would tend to lurk the first day a little bit, but then it kind of like fades out if they don't kind of like actively chatting. So that's our team. We are a team of 5 people. Most of us come from the AI background. I used to work at Morgan Stanley as a VP for machine learning for our trading desk. Our CTO used to do bioinformatics science. So he was using machine learning to find like genome expressions pattern within that. And then our community manager, because first and foremost, we are a community management firm, he actually used to be a data scientist at European Space Agency. So when ChatGPT happened, we were like, wow, this is exciting. Maybe there's something we can do to like change the process about how people get to know about the projects rather than like passively reading white paper. We want it to be kind of like an interactive, fun experience. So what SparkAI does is it automatically reads your project's documentation. So we have white paper, FAQ, and then whenever a member first onboarded to your communities, he can interact with ChatGPT called Spark, right? He can interact with Spark. He can ask any questions, and Spark would tell the community member, this new member, what your project is about. So I'm gonna just do a very quick demo. Let me show my screen. Window, hold on. How do I do this? Okay. Okay, so I have a small server just for friends and family. That's how my mom keeps in touch with me these days. Okay, so everybody has Collab.Land. I think the first thing you do is that you go to your Collab.Land dashboard, and obviously you
Sorry,
gotta.
Luisa. I can't see your screen. Does anyone else having trouble seeing Luisa's screen?
Yeah,
How
I've
about-
got the spinning squares right now.
hold on, give me 1 sec. Let me oh shit. Let me try to okay.
Oh, Thinker and Cheap said they could see it.
Okay, can everybody see it now?
Yep.
Okay. So everybody has this Collab.Land config. So once you are able to download the Spark app, all you have to do is do Spark config, and you can put your documents in it, right? So for example, I'm gonna use Community One because that's what our company is. So all I have to do is I just upload the documentations, and that's it actually. So now I can just go ask, and I can go like, what is Community One? and it should tell me what is, there we go. So community one is a comprehensive solution for managing Discord community. It offers a marketplace for vetted. So we also have a marketplace for mods and CMs. And also we have a suite of software tools to help you track and improve your team performance. So it's whatever you said on your paper. I can also ask non-related question, like I'm from NYC, so like what is the best thing to do in NYC? So the difference between us and a regular ChatGPT bot is that we instructed Spark to kind of be on point about what your project is supposed to be about, but we don't want to like offend the user, like, oh, we can't tell you anything about anything else because like it should be strictly about the projects. No, we try to find a line between them. So for example, right, I don't have a personal preference, but there are countless things to do, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So usually I think the answer, of course, like we cannot control how Spark is going to answer the question, but usually if a member is asking a question that's not related to the project, what we wanted to do is like kind of a little bit mentioning about what the project and then continue to entertain the user. So we think about Spark as Q&A, but also as an engagement tool, because what we notice is that Spark is able to get people to like have fun and chat a little. And then what we see is that sometimes users wanted to like challenge Spark a little bit on like what they actually know. So that's kind of like a gist of what we do. When we first launched Spark, we actually launched it maybe like 2-3 months ago. For smaller server, especially when you just started out, medium size, so like we're talking about 10K below, we can see engagement peaked like 5 to 10 times within the first 2 weeks. And then it kind of like plateaued. But then what you do is that you will want to like update and refresh your content and make announcements saying that, oh, we have like new content. We're talking about this. Go to ask. You can also nickname, or I guess like you can go to ask, what have we done? So we really this as a engagement tool where you are able to like when users are able to kind of like communicate. The second part is so the whole point about Spark is to get user to engage, to actively learn about your projects. But ultimately, they're still talking to a bot, which we think the magic happens when you have a team member after a new user is talking to the bot, form a human connection. So the moderator or the CM or the founder will be like, oh yeah, that was a cool question. I'm thinking blah, 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 blah. So now you have a human connection, and we think that that's where the real magic happens, right? The real magic happens when you're able to form like genuine human connections on Discord. Yeah, so that's kind of like a demo. How am I doing with time? Okay.
You're fine. You're fine on time. You're about at 7 minutes right now. We've just got a number of people, including myself, who are not able to see the demo. I know you restarted it already, and I know I've tried leaving and rejoining, and still having issues with it.
Hold on, let me.
And other people are saying it is coming through, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure how many people are not able to see.
Let me try to share my screen again. Can you see the screen? It says again, I see Nerd Rock there. Is anybody able to see the screen?
I'm able to see it.
Okay.
Nerd, Umar, Alex, are you able to see it? Nikita?
I can see it up and down. It went the first time I could see it. The second I couldn't. Now I can see it again.
Okay. I guess like it's really. Okay. Well, for those who cannot see it, I just like do a super quick version. So the command for us, once you download the Miniapp, is just spark config. And all you have to do is to put in, say, your project's document within with the .txt file format. And you upload your file to our Spark, and then you can start asking questions. And you go, okay, what is Collab.Land?
I can't I can tell you as well, Louisa, that the ask command is available here in this server for anyone to use as well. Some people can use it in the chat right now as well and get a sense of how that works.
Perfect. What document did you guys upload on this one?
I believe we definitely tried something on the test server with it. I don't know if we've actually uploaded a text file to it for this server.
We can see. I'm like on the chat to do it. So for look, it worked on the I'm on the stage text chat, and I just like ask what is Collab.Land, and it's working. Okay, I can also ask who is the founder at Collab.Land. So I want to talk about like design principle. So the way we think about it is that one of the interesting thing is like OpenAI has a lot of hallucination problems, and we do not attempt to solve all the hallucination problems. However, like we do pay special attention to hallucination about technical details, because those are the things that projects really care a lot about. So we took we did a lot of fine tuning in terms of like what the bot can hallucinate and what the bot cannot hallucinate. So details, time, date, people, we like instruct the bot not to hallucinate about those details. The reason why we like kept a lot of the hallucination, it's inherent within the model, first of all, but second, is like Spark is supposed to be like about fun. It's about like chit-chatting with this bot so that you can have a little bit fun on the server. And if the bot is not hallucinating, the bot actually cannot able to have fun with the users, because then Spark is just going to be like, I don't know all the time, right? Because like there's only so much information that you're feeding the bot. So that's one of the things that we, on the back end take care of. And in terms of the file, the kind of file that you can upload to Spark, we've seen many different variations. So for example, I think for Avagachi, they apparently had this like FAQ doc that was very, very, very long. So FAQ doc is great. We see projects upload their white paper into it. But in general, you wanted to upload things that are specific about your projects, right? Because this is all about your projects. Like Spark knows general knowledges, just like how OpenAI knows general knowledge, like what is ZK role, for example, right? But like how is, for example, your ZK role very different from all the other projects? So in the documentations, you just need to think about what's so special about your projects and put it on the doc. And like Spark would have a lot more general knowledges and will be able to entertain members. Okay, is there any questions here? I see a comment here is that the biggest issue with AI is the inability to tell if when a hallucination is happening. Yes, that is. So one of the very interesting things when we're testing Spark is that this is very different, because usually it's the community admin that would upload a document, and the community admin is usually the one who writes all those documents. So they have a very good idea about what the bot is supposed to say. Versus like if you do OpenAI in general, like you don't really know what the answer is, so you can't really tell if the answer is good or bad. So what we do is that, of course, like we try to solve hallucination, but that's like a huge mountain to conquer. We wanted to like minimize the damage, like things that are supposed to be like would cause a lot more damage if you hallucinate. We like try to remove those, but still like kept a little bit fun within it. And I would say that unless we were able to serve about 90% of the community. So we have range from crypto, we have technical one like ZK Row, but they have like a consumer interface. And then we have those really cool like college kids, college campus programs that are using our Spark. We have like random like food Discord server. So we were able to cover maybe like 95% of the cases. The only The only cases that within Spark is not able to serve is if your community is extremely technical. So it's all about coding, and it's very, very specific jargon language, because Spark would need to understand a huge amount of documentation before being able to like tell you within X amount of accuracy. But I would say, like, if you are a normal server, it is worth having that a little bit hallucination. The other thing is testing, right? So once you upload the file, you can just test. You can test, and then you can iterate and add more content within your documentations. And like usually what we notice that if you test enough amount of times, like you can, like we are estimating hallucination about 5 to 7% of the times with proper testing. Okay. Any other questions or comments? I have to click on the bot command. Yeah. We also have an option to do like, last minute. Okay. You can do /ask, and you can also in private mode. So you can ask Spark things without, without letting the public know. So that's the options that we have. And no, we do not promote price. So as you can see, when BTC will pump. Okay. Any other questions? Comments? So in the future, we are going to update our Spark to support unlimited amount of documents. And we also try to integrate it with Git and PDF. So those are the upcoming features that we are going to push out on Collab.Land.
Love to see it. I love seeing people trying it out live during the demo. I know we had some technical difficulties with your video stream coming through, Luisa, but we have a lot of people trying it out in the stage chat. Super cool to see that happening. Thank you so much for coming out and showing us and telling us so much about Spark, Luisa. I really appreciate it. This one is live here in our server, guys. Right now, because SparkAI was the ETH Denver hackathon winner, they do not need to go through the DAO Miniapp approval process like our other two, who we're going to see from next. But thank you so much, Luisa. Appreciate it. You can close your screen share now. Perfect. Thank you. All right. Next up, y'all, we've got Umar from ChainPatrol. And ChainPatrol's building security tools for communities. Same deal, Umar. I'll share when you've got 5 minutes left, and then I'll do an alarm emoji at the time.
Awesome. All right. Let's roll the dice on this screen share. Drop down the frame rate. Maybe that'll help. Cool. Let me know if you guys can see that.
Yep, I can see it.
Yes,
cool. Yeah. Thank you. My name is Umar. We also have Nikita here, CEO of ChainPatrol. I'm sorry, getting notifications.
And are you guys more builders, DAO members, or community admins?
Definitely builders.
Yeah, builders.
Nice.
Future probably DAO members as well.
Let's go.
Yeah, so ChainPatrol, we're a security company for Web3 communities. The main thing that we do is that we stop scams that are happening in your community. This can be like phishing, impersonation, just like scammy posts or like airdrops and fake content. And the main way that we do that is by providing and collecting this global block list. And we send that data to wallets like MetaMask and Coinbase, and they help us by blocking those at the wallet. So when you try to approve a transaction that's on our block list, you'll see a big fat warning warning you that not to interact with this. So that's what we do. What I'm here today to talk about is our collab action. And we have open sourced it actually. We are working on a collab action that allow you to do two main things right now. One is check a URL against that you see in your community against our global block list to determine if it's a scam or not. So you can see here, we can show you, oh, you tried to go to metamask.com, this link is a scam, it's on our block list, please don't interact with this. So it's a great tool to provide your community members while they're browsing and interacting on Discord to be able to sanity check themselves to make sure that they're not interacting with something that might be a scam. And the second thing that you can do with our collab action is report. So you can actually help protect all of Web3 by reporting a new domain that a new URL that you found that you suspect to be a scam. And that data is going to get submitted to us. We'll review it, and if we find it to be credible, we'll have that go out to all the major wallets. So I'll jump straight into a demo here. If I can zoom out of this. Okay, forget about that. So I've installed the collab action, the ChainPatrol collab action into this test Discord. And the way you access it, you just hit / and you'll see if I type in ChainPatrol, you'll see the 2 commands that we have available. If we try out the check command, we'll try a domain that we know is safe, like google.com, for example, and it will compute a little bit, check our blacklist, and says, oh, this link is safe. Let's try one that's not so safe. Try metamask.com. So this one we reported on our block list, and we can see it clearly says big red flashing lights there. Do not click on this link. This might be a scam. And yeah, you can also report a URL. So if you think there's like a ChainPatrol airdrop, you can submit a report, and you can see that this report was sent to ChainPatrol team. And on our backend, we'll actually have that report show up to us sort of like in this view here, and we'll be able to review and determine if it's a scam or not. So yeah, we're excited to get launched on the marketplace. We'll be able to download us soon here at the bottom here, ChainPatrol. And we're hoping to get feedback from the community. This is just the start of what this suite of security tools will be. We have some ideas about, for example, rewarding users of your community for submitting reports, for even checking URLs before they interact with a website, and that can help build this habit. And we talked about this yesterday during the Twitter space on security with Anjali about the education portion of being safe in Web3. And I think just building these habits of like, oh, before I click on this link, maybe just try ChainPatrol check, see what it comes out with. Maybe it has this information, maybe it doesn't. But just making sure that you're not, if one person gets harmed, that like no one else after that ever gets harmed. All right, I went through that really quickly, but yeah, I guess that just means more time for questions.
Yeah, I was just going to say I also posted some screenshots in the state chat here to show you what the final outcome looks like when you send these reports to us, and once we approve them, everybody using MetaMask, everybody using Coinbase Wallet and other wallets that we work with, they will see a warning going to this site. So when you're submitting a report for a malicious site, you're actually helping protect like millions of users and like people all over, all over the crypto community. But yeah, I think it'd be a good time to open it up for questions.
I just want to highlight something that you just said and clarify that. You said if I report something in, say, the Collab.Land Discord, if I find like someone DMs me a scam pretending to be Collab.Land in the Collab.Land Discord, I can report that to ChainPatrol, and then that becomes part of a global block list. And so like someone would be protected from that in like the Bored Ape Discord.
Exactly. Yeah. So once we when you report it, we do first go through just like a review process. So because we have had people try to either spam us with reports or report legitimate projects. So we just we have kind of an allow list of legitimate projects we track, and then but once it goes through all the approval steps, which is generally pretty quick, we get that we get it blocked as well. Oh, and we see oops from Zapper here actually. We've been working with them to help take down impersonations, because it's just crazy. Like lots of communities get impersonated. You'll see also, if you see fake Google ads, I honestly recommend having a Google ad blocker. But if you don't, watch out for clicking on Google ads, because they might be fake ones. So I've been working with Zapper to help protect them, as they take their security very, very seriously. But yeah, basically, yes, the block list is global. So once I think that's the really powerful part about the mini apps here, is that when you get if one community sees a scam and has it reported and blocked, all the other communities benefit as well.
See a message from Raymond from Collab.Land saying that they're going to expose a verify message command. What? Okay, I think we should definitely talk. Get ChainPatrol connected up to that.
Oh, that's awesome. We're seeing some questions come in the chat, everybody, but we're only halfway through the 15 minutes allotted for ChainPatrol. So if anyone would like to come up on the stage and talk through their question, or just say hi to the ChainPatrol people, or tell us a story about ChainPatrol and how that's been helpful for you, or anything like that, you're welcome to raise your hand.
Yeah, I'd love to hear how Oops has been working with ChainPatrol, maybe in his server. If you want to do that, Oops, come on up.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, GM Oops.
Hi. So yes, I'm Oops. I am with Zapper, talking about how we're using ChainPatrol basically mostly for like mostly Zapper's experiencing a lot of like Google ad issues at the moment, like phishing sites and stuff like that. So yeah, like everyone's been really helpful and kind of like helping us deal with that, because it sucks and you hate, like, I mean, I don't know, it's such a, as the CM side, it's such a painful thing to always have people coming in and ask, like, saying, hey, like, I did a transaction and then all of my money left my wallet. And it's like, oh, you know exactly, you know immediately what happened. You're like, like, do you have the heart to tell it to them and that kind of stuff? And it's just, yeah. So thank you guys. Just, I appreciate you. And yeah, we've been using ChainPatrol to help us basically just try to like reduce the amount of scams that are currently out there.
Yeah, because what we do is we one was we block it at the wallet level, but then our team will go out and also do like the full takedown process as well. So we'll contact wherever it's hosted and basically get the website removed if we can prove that it's malicious. With some of them, it's very obvious. They literally just copy paste like the entire website and then add like a malicious connect wallet button. So yeah, that's kind of how we've been working together. And so we actually have our own like ChainPatrol Discord bot, but distributing that is like a bit harder to communities. And so I think with the Collab.Land Miniapps, that's going to be an even better way to get it sent out.
Yeah, I can speak to that. I guess just a little bit too, because when I went to add the bot, I had to go through the process of, like doing the registration with my email and all that stuff. And I just like that onboarding process of getting a new bot in your server, probably giving it some kind of permissions, although I don't think it needed any.
Yeah, it's very limited permissions. It's only like it's only basically the commands and that's it. So
yeah, it doesn't need anything
try
that
to
a
keep it
normal
very-
user would
yeah,
use.
yeah.
So that's fair. Yeah, just like I already had Collab.Land in all these servers, so adding a couple of slash commands to it is pretty simple in terms of getting this out there. And people trust Collab.Land, so they don't mind reporting stuff to it internally. So like that, they have that at least going for them. It's not like they're reporting scam sites to like a game bot. So yeah.
Definitely. Thanks, Oops.
All right. Yeah, I mean, we are trying to trial out, like I said, with just these two commands and see if we can kind of provide value to people. Definitely, like Collab.Land Marketplace is a huge opportunity for protecting a large number of people all at once. And I think that's the key here is that we don't want to just like silo data for just like particular projects or just like gilded people. We want to make sure that it's available for everyone. And our goal is to work with like any wallets, any projects. Like we want to hear from you. Also, if you've ever got scammed, like if you've ever clicked on a link that you shouldn't have, like we'd love to hear as well. Like that's something that we are thinking about and trying to gather more evidence about how we can provide better tools within Discord communities, even like in DMs, if there's anything we can do to help steer people away. It's not, to be honest, not a lot we can do, but there's, I think we should always be trying to see if there's other surface areas within our product, or sorry, within our communities that we're not covering, and if there's something new that scammers are finding. I think with that, I don't see any other comments or questions. Thanks, iSpeakNerd, for sharing the docs. I think I'll just pass it back to iSpeakNerd, and I think maybe we can move on to the next presenter.
Sounds great. Thanks so much. I'll just do a quick shout out. We also have Captain Plantain in the audience. Plantain's the developer behind the Goodnight security bot that we use here in our Discord. I saw your hand go up there for a second, Captain. If you want to come on up, we got like 2 minutes if you want to say something. But I think that's another opportunity for a security collaboration that could happen between ChainPatrol and Goodnight there.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, his hand went down, so let's go ahead and move on. Thank you so much for sharing ChainPatrol with us. Appreciate it. Lastly, and certainly not least, y'all, we've got Alex here from w3w.ai as a Web3 CRM. Alex, do you consider yourself more of a DAO member, a community admin, or a builder?
I think I'm definitely a builder.
Awesome. Super cool. Well, tell us about W3W. What do you got?
Sounds good. Hi, everybody, and thanks for having me today. And a quick introduction. My name is Alex. I'm the co-founder of W3W. So my background is actually in banking consulting and also in data science. So W3W is essentially building a Web3 CRM system. We actually mine a lot of the on-chain information and trying to give the community or project a lot of insights and intelligence about the community, including a lot of custom segmentations, a lot of operation toolkit for the project to better manage different communities. So just give a little bit background of the project. We started building this tool early last year, and we actually launched the tool September, October last year. And so far we have over 1,000 projects signed up already. And we have been working with a lot of different, I would say, dApps, including like NFT projects, for example, Mochaverse and Mocha brand, a lot of gamified project, Altiverse, Ara7 across different chains, as well as a lot of like, chain itself, like Polygon. So a lot of the, project or communities use our tool to understand their, wallets or customer a little bit better, so they know who are the high value customers, who are the bots, who are the behavior, they care about using our platform. So with that, I want to just quickly demo the product to everybody. Can everybody see my screen?
I can see it. Yes. How about the audience? Can the rest of y'all see that?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So I think it's pretty easy. So when you actually install the Miniapp, so there's a few different commands you can use. You just type in wcw.login. So in this case, account will be automatically created for you. So you can actually click the link and go into the backend of our tool, and you can start to look at a lot of things. But before that, I want to just show everybody a little bit about other commands. So there's a W3W import address. So if there's any specific list of wallet address you want to look at and get intelligence, you can put the address here. So in that case, the wallet address will be automatically imported to the dashboard. Another way of doing that is you can actually import a collection. So right now we support Ethereum, BNB, and Polygon. So if you say I want to import a contract address from Ethereum, you can do that as well. So again, it will automatically import address, and we will be automatically pulling the holder information for that specific contract and show you in the dashboard. And the last one I want to show is there's a summary comment here. You can just like put like summaries. We'll give you a little bit details about how many members you have, how many blue chip and whales in this community. But going back, if you clicked this link, it will redirect to our dashboard. So our dashboard will look like this. We have a lot of different functionalities here. So on the homepage, you're able to add different collections for different analysis. You can import like a ERC BP721 or ERC BP20. So once you do that, we're automatically pulling the holder information from the contract. I think the most important feature I want to show is the community side of it. So as you can see for this demo account, I have the Mochaverse NFT. So in total, there are over a little bit 5,000 wallets or users. This actually includes all the current holders and previous holders. And within that, we start to mine a lot of information. And at the same time, we're not only looking at the current snapshot of those wallets, we actually look at all the historical behavior of those wallets and start to identify who those wallets are. Some of the high-level stats you can see is blue chip holders, whales, who are the top 100 holders. And at the same time, we have a lot of, we call system-generated tagging for those different wallets. For example, for a lot of the Gamify project that care about, how many Web3 gamers there are, we're actually looking at those, wallets and see if they have any interact with any Gamify contract before. Identify them as a Web3 gamers. We also have a lot of other tags like loyal gamers, super loyal gamers, and things like that. So this is kind of a quick overview of the community. And below here, you are able to see all the detailed information of the 5,000 wallets. So for each of wallet, you can see we have a lot of information. For example, like we have a holder score. This is a machine learning score we built. The high score, it means it's a long-term holder. The lower the score is, meaning it's a kind of flipper. And we also have a lot of system-generated tagging here. For example, for gamers specifically, we can tell you, whether this is a Ethereum gamer, BNB gamer, it is an active gamer, things like that. At the same time, if you're a project owner, you are able to tag those wallets yourself, right? If you say, hey, this is a very important wallet I want to pay attention to, you can do that. And on the right side, you're able to see we have a lot of detailed information like crypto holdings, what the total transactions across Ethereum, BNB, Polygon chain, how many NFT holding you have for your collections and other collections. Of course, this is only a subset of the information we can show. We have a lot of other informations, right? You can actually show in this overall dashboard. At the same time, if you actually click into one wallet, we're able to show you a lot more information about this, customer. For example, games, we can tell you exactly what type of game this person play, right? Like how long this person interact with the gaming contract, what is the money in, money out. We also have a lot of different stats about their ERC20, ERC721, things like that. So of course, you can look at individual wallet one by one and try to get a lot of the details. But a lot of the project like to use is we call advanced filter. So basically, you can, based on a lot of different dimensions, you can filter out the population. I identify who are the target customers based on their wallet. For example, let's filter out if we use, let's say, from the population, I want to see who also has the BAYC, and also we can add saying, hey, I want to look at whoever has over 10 ETH in their wallet. And we can also say doesn't include. We have a lot of tags here. I just say, hey, I don't want to look at the new wallets, right, in this filtering. So in this case, we are start to look at the wallet information and filter out, the wallet that fit into that criteria. So You know, it's really depends on different business logic. You're able to see, you know, what are the, you know, the wallet that fit in this criteria. I think we have probably 20 wallet that fit in that criteria. It's still, you know, loading. Yeah, but anyway, this is like a quick overview of this tool. And at the same time, if you want to import wallet address, you can do here as well. If you have, you know, their off-chain information, we actually try to also aggregate their like Twitter, Discord, even email information together to create a more comprehensive profile of this person. So if you even have their Twitter or Discord, you can reach out to them directly from our platform. You can also send an email to them directly from here. So this is like the community part of it. We also have a lot of other features. I'm going to go really quick. Reporting is another feature for you to look at what is the overall status of the project. So again, we have a lot of intelligence and insights about it. For example, we have like what are the total wallet transaction before for those different wallets. If they have a lot of transactions, it's probably good ones. If they don't have a lot of transactions, probably like bots, scam. And also like holder asset value distributions, how much asset they have, what is the wallet age, and things like that. So again, this gives you a quick overview of what's going on with your community. Of course, at the same time, you can look at, you know, a subset of it. For example, I just want to look at blue chip holders and wealth. You can do that. And we have like over 1,000 users that fit into that criteria, and this is the stats for that specific population. Campaigns, you can do a lot of different campaigns. You know, it's very similar to other campaigning tools. You know, you can put a lot of different informations and configure who can join a campaign, what they want to do with this, and things like that. The way why we want to do it is because, you know, if you launch the campaign through W3W, we trying to aggregate their like on-chain and off-chain information, so you have a better view of who actually participate in those different campaigns and how good, you know, the wallet you collected, and you can, you know, take corresponding action from there. Again, we have like an airdrop function. We have like an NFT airdrop. We also have a physical airdrop. You know, I don't want to spend too much time on that. We also have a role management part of it. So it's basically, you know, assign different roles based on their assets, but it's works seamlessly with our community part of it, because still we want to, you know, try to look at all the wallet information and try to, you know, aggregate with a lot of off-chain information. Yeah, so this is a quick demo of a product. You know, 10-15 minutes is definitely not enough, but if you have any question, just let me know. Of course, feel free to play around. Last thing I want to show you is we have a lot of interesting reporting on our dashboard. For example, this is a sandbox report. So we can tell you a lot of different stats about sandbox. Of course, you can go to w3w.ai. You can type in any, you know, project you're interested in. We can actually also show you a high-level stats of those different projects. So yeah, let me pause here to see if there's any question.
I just want to surface one that I saw in the chat. NF Thinker asked a couple minutes ago, any plans to show safety style data like shady trading tactics involved in rug pulls, that kind of stuff?
Yeah. That's a really good question. So we are at the moment we are working on a lot of machine learning models. So those type of, you know, taggings is on our roadmap. We are developing like what is the, you know, trying to identify who are the bots, who are, you know, scientists behind the scene, and also we're trying to identify like you know, the wallet linkage, right? Like 3 wallet maybe belong to the same person, and also develop a lot of risk-related tagging for those wallet, for example, money laundering and things like that. So this is definitely on our roadmap.
You love to see it. I see we got some other people typing in the chat. I'll let them come through.
Great. So this is Raymond, and I classify myself as the builder. So I'm the CTO of Ridge. Want to chime in with a couple words here?
Sure, go for it.
Go for it,
Yeah.
John.
Yeah, pretty excited to see this meaningful, you know, mini apps in the sense of collab and action coming to the ecosystem. Welcome, and definitely see a lot of synergy here. People are really eager to help the community grow, create these meaningful tools to either give them insights, answer questions, protect our users, and also giving a lot of meaningful ways for the community admins and the members to enrich their journey, the Discord site, and all the platforms we support. So appreciate that. And I just want to point out a couple of things, like we continue to improve our capability. For example, I kind of mentioned on the chat, we try to figure out what are the meaningful ways that we can expose all the type of interactions. So far, we are mostly seeing slash commands, right? And the slash commands are one, interesting way to interact with Discord, just like the COI for developers. But we also have other meaningful ways as well. Even for the slash command, I'm seeing a lot of Miniapps here using the dash format, but we do support the command hierarchy. So you can have the top tier command, say Spark, then you have a space, follow up a subcommand. Similarly, for W3W, you can do W3W as a first level command. Then you can follow up with a subcommand. So you can define a bunch of subcommands under the W3W command. So that's number one. Number two is we can do a little bit of context-aware, interaction. Discord offers this pop-up command. So you can right-click on a user or right-click on a message, and then there's a possibility for Collab.Land DAO to surface some actions there. So I was briefly mentioning we exposing the verify command for a message for a user. So I think that will be a very interesting task for Uma to look at it, because we allow the Miniapps to come behind this action and producing meaningful response to, hey, here's a message, and then in the message there's some links. Instead of the user have to copy the link and use a slash command to send to ChainPatrol, we can just right click on the message and say, hey, just verify this message. Then Chaining could be one of the providers behind the scenes as a mini app to provide insights about that message, and all the providers can do similar things.
Love it, Raymond. Thank you so much for jumping in with all this stuff about how we can continue to build together and collab. Love it. I just want to make sure that we give a chance for any additional questions or anything that Alex wants to finish here as we come to the end of our 15 minutes here.
Sure, that makes a lot of sense. And also have more feedback for Alex, so we can talk offline.
Yeah, sounds good.
Drop it in the dev channel, y'all. Drop it in the dev channel. All right. Well, is there anything you wanted to finish up with here, Alex?
I think that's pretty much it. And again, welcome to try the mini app, and let us know if there's anything we can improve, and we welcome any suggestions and new ideas.
Awesome. Love it. Thank you so much for showing us W3W. I and definitely NF Thinker and a bunch of other people are super excited to try that out. Cool. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. We're actually a little bit over time right now, but that's okay. Please don't forget, y'all. We've seen some demos here, but don't forget, you need to make your voice heard. You need to vote on this stuff. Vote for these mini apps approval in the thread, guys. I just dropped it in the chat. Go there. If you have the DAO pass and you hold some collab, that means you are a DAO member and you can vote on these mini apps being approved or not. So go vote. Those voting is going to be live for a week, same as our voting once it goes live on the governor contract. What secret alpha? But it's going to be live for a week. Those are set up. Go vote now.
Also, I have a question about voting, Nerd, really quickly. Is voting anonymous? And is it anonymous once it is all on chain? I know this is season 0, so we're doing it in the Discord server. But can you tell us a little bit about that, about the anonymity around voting?
It is not anonymous in our server right now because we're just voting in Discord. It is token gated by the Discord roles handled by the Collab.Land bot. But when we go live with the governor contract voting, that's going to be pseudonymous based on you're voting directly with your tokens and it's your wallet address, or you're delegating them to someone, your voting power to someone else who's voting on your behalf. Either way, that's going live very, very, very soon. Aryan, you can't access that thread? Oh my gosh. It's because you do not have the Collab.Land DAO roles. You don't have those DAO roles. So we'll get that figured out for you after the call. Stick around, we'll get that figured out. But thank you everybody so much to the builders who built these things, to Alex, Luisa, Nikita, and I'm totally blanking. Oh my God. And Umar, thank you so much for bringing that stuff in for us.